Hi, this is Mika Goldberg of Goldberg Coaching and Communications, and this is part one of the 5 steps to greater confidence. So today we're talking about step 1, gauge. What do I mean by that? First off, before we dive in to build greater confidence, we need to know where you actually stand today. So that's what I mean by gauge, because confidence is very, very much a story we tell ourselves. Yeah? So if you know how our brain influences us, this is probably not new to you. But for those of you who are not familiar with that, our brains just have a negativity bias. No? So the oldest part of our brain, the lizard brain, so to speak, has one job only, and that's to keep us alive, basically to keep us safe. This has nothing to do with thriving. And there are many, many things that may have happened early in your life that have given your brain the idea that being not confident, holding back, not stepping up is the safest option. Many of us have exactly that messaging, but it is a story, especially today where we are adults and can take our own choices. And one of those choices is not to believe what our brain throws at us, because in the end, it's just a sentence in your head. It is not the truth. And that is very, very much the case when we start looking at confidence. So let me give you a few examples. I would like you to start with a negative. When do you really lack confidence? When do you miss being your most confident self or just being confident? So that might be, for instance, around money. So there might be a story that you have heard when you were younger, or that you heard about others, like maybe your mom is like, I am not good with money. That's one of those stories. So you will not be confident handling money matters if your brain thinks, I am not good at money, and you believe it. So this is where we get started here. When do you miss your confidence? Is it something like that? Is it in meetings? Is it around superiors? Your manager, your manager's manager? Or is it around family? Is it around people you know best? There is no right or wrong. I would just encourage you to really, really look into this and take as many notes as possible. Situations, people, circumstances, whatever comes to mind. It doesn't have to be a very formed idea, just like whatever comes up. Do a brainstorming, brain dump here. And then when you've done that, give yourself a bit of that for that. Then dive in and think about, is there a certain trigger? Let's say a trigger could be many strangers. A trigger could be me talking, everybody else quiet. A trigger could be a certain family member. There are many, many different triggers. So what I'm saying here is just an example. See if there's something that really resonates with you. When you look at your list, when you feel the least confident, is there anything those situations have in common? That's what we're looking for here. And then next step, what do you see in people who you consider confident? So here I want to throw in a little caveat, because most of us, maybe all of us, have been conditioned to see confidence in a certain way. And that is loud, boisterous, like bordering on narcissist or arrogant. And we need to revise this concept. That is old patriarchy BS. We don't need confidence to look like that. Your confidence can be high energy. Mine is. But your confidence, you're a different person. Your confidence might be very grounded, very solid. It might be a lot quieter than mine. And that is okay. There is not one way to be confident. But still, I want you to look at what you see in other people who are confident. No? And really take a few notes. You can write down a few role models or just the traits that appeal to you. Yeah? And why do they appeal? Is it something you personally are attracted to in others? Or is it really something that society has told you to strive for? That doesn't mean that it's not good, but just take it with a grain of salt, because things are changing and we are here to change things too. So if it's something where you know it's really a message from your society, your family, a certain culture, maybe it's not something that you want for yourself. Be gentle with yourself when you do this first part of the exercise. Download the worksheet that comes with it, please, and always reach out if you have any questions. I'll see you back for part 2.